Friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve another very important Microsoft coding interview question. It's on Leetcode number 57, insert interval. As you can see here from like dislike ratio, this is another quite likable coding interview problem of medium complexity. So we'll go through this problem details today. We'll understand this problem with few examples and we are also going to implement our Java solution code. So let's start. You are given an array of non-overlapping intervals where intervals I is start I and end I represent start and end of the ith interval, and intervals is sorted in ascending order by start I. You are also given an interval, new interval, which has again two things, right? Starting point and ending point that represents the start and end of another interval. Insert the new interval into the intervals array such that intervals is still sorted in ascending order by start time, and intervals still does not have any overlapping intervals. So we have to merge overlapping intervals if necessary, they are saying, right? Return intervals after the insertion. Okay, so let's take a look at the constant intervals dot length is between 0 to 10 raised to 4. So maximum 10,000 intervals will be given to us. Every interval will contain two things, starting and ending point, and 0 is less than equal to start, is less than equal to end, is less than equal to 10 raised to 5. Intervals is sorted by start in ascending order. New interval again has two things, starting and ending time, and 0 is less than equal to start, is less than equal to end, is less than equal to 10 raised to 5. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples. So this is the first example where we have two interval 1 to 3 and 6 to 9, and we want to add another interval 2 to 5, right? So if you put this 2 to 5 interval, then you have to merge it in this interval, right? So this interval will become 1 to 5 basically, right? So 1 to 5, and then this 6 to 9 will remain as it is, correct? So these are again ascending order of start time, right? So this is another example where you will end up merging more intervals, right? So let's take a look. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 and 12, 16. New interval is from 4 to 8. So for 4 to 8, it means that it needs to be merged here, right? So from 3 to 5. But when you put like try to merge it, it will go from 3 to 8, right? So it will also 6 to 7 will also be covered in that, right? And this 8 to 10 also will get merged, so it will become 3 to 10 basically, right? 3 to 10 it will become, and 12 to 16 will remain as it is. You got it, right? So because this new interval will go from 4 to 8, so you will start merging it from 3 to 5, so it will become 3 to 8 basically, correct? And it means that again you have interval from 8 to 10, so they are connected. So 3 to 8, 8 to 10, you will again merge them, so it will become 3 to 10, right? So that's what they are saying. So you have to merge the intervals, right? So that there should not be any overlap basically. So they are explaining because the new interval overlaps with 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8, 10, so it will become 3, 10. Okay, so we'll understand this problem with another example that I have it here. So in this example, as you can see, there are 4 intervals which are given to us, right? 1 to 4, 8 to 10, 12 to 16 and 20 to 24, right? So now we want to add another interval which is from 2 to 6. Okay, so if you want to add an interval from 2 to 6, it will be merged into this interval basically, right? You have to merge this into 1 to 4. So you have already one interval which goes from 1 to 4, right? And you have another interval now which is from 2 to 6, right? So how do we decide that we have to merge? You will decide it because the starting time of new interval is less than ending time of this interval, right? So it means that these intervals should be merged together, correct? I'll repeat it again. Starting time of new interval is less than this ending time of this interval, right? Okay, so it means that you have to merge them, and these are sorted intervals, right? So 1, 4 and 2, 6 you have to merge. So in that case, what you will do, starting time will remain as it is. So one will remain as it is. The only thing will change here, excuse me, the only thing will change here is ending time, right? Ending time. So let's understand this here. So right now our interval goes from 1 to 4, and we want to merge it with interval from 2 to 6, right? 2 to 6. So as I said, starting point will remain as it is. Now we have to select the ending point. The ending point will be maximum between these two ending points, right? So it is 1 to 4 and 2 to 6. Whatever is maximum you will have to put there. So it will go 1 to 6 basically, correct? I hope it's clear to you, because if you draw a line, like if you draw a graph, right? Let's say you have interval that starts from 1 and it goes until 4, right? And you have another interval which starts at 2 and it goes until 6, right? So this is 2, this is 6. So if you look at it, if you are merging it, right, so it should go from 1 to 6 basically, right? So you are choosing the maximum between these ending points, correct? So that is important to understand here. Now there is another case, so where you have interval again 1 to 4. For example, let's completely understand this for you, right? So 1 to 4, and you have another interval which goes from, you want to insert another interval from 2 to 3, let's say, right? So again this interval needs to be merged with 1 to 4, because 2 is less than 4, right? So you have to merge them together. So if you merge it, you will have to choose maximum between 3 and 4, right? Between 3 and 4. So it means that your resultant interval will be again 1 to 4, right? You got it, right? So you will have to choose maximum between 3 and 4, because this 2 to 3 interval will be already covered by 1 to 4, right? So you have to understand that point, right? So this is let's say 1 uh, 2 3 and 4, right? So 1 to 4 is your one interval. Now this is, you want to merge another interval from 2 to 3, right? So this is already covered by this 1 to 4, right? So it means that your new interval will still be 1 to 4 basically, correct? 1 to 4. Got it, right? So this is what why you have to choose maximum between 4 and 3. Starting point will remain as it is, right? Starting point 1 will not change. You got it, right? So this is the basic idea. So I hope you understood this logic now. And if we so how we will implement it, we will just use a priority queue here. So the priority queue, in this case they have given us already sorted intervals, but sometimes in the many times in the interviews they will not give you sorted intervals. So priority queue will also help you in sorting the intervals also. So this is the way priority queue, like this is the location of priority queue class. So java.util.priority queue, it uses generics, it got introduced in Java 5. So this is another important collections framework class, right? So I will just quickly show you few documentation important lines here. So it is a unbounded priority queue based on priority heap. So we are going to use it as a, this is, you can use it as a min heap or max heap, right? So the elements of the priority queue are ordered according to the natural ordering, right? The other important lines here is these two lines. So they are talking about the time complexity of the methods. So when you are enqueuing and dequeuing, it means that you are adding something into priority queue or you are deleting something from the priority queue. There are four methods you will use for that here, right? So offer, poll, remove, and add. So that takes log of n time, right? That takes log of n time. Now apart from that, it will take order of n or linear time for remove object and contains object method in priority queue. It takes on, right? And constant time will be taken for retrieval methods, pick element and size. Okay, so when you get a chance, go through this documentation. It's again a collections framework, java.util.priority queue. So these are overloaded constructors, and these are a couple of important methods here. Add will add into the priority queue, offer will also insert into the priority queue, pick will give you the head of the priority queue, means the top element, right? Poll will also give you the top element. The difference between pick and poll is that poll will also remove that element from the queue. Okay, so make sure you check out this documentation. So we are going to actually insert all these intervals that are given to us into the priority queue. We'll just write a comparator so that it will be sorted based on the starting time, right? In this particular case, it's not really necessary because they are already saying that they are giving us this interval sorted based on the start time. And then we will implement this logic that we just discussed here, right? So that we can merge the intervals whenever they are overlapping, right? So let's go through the Java code step by step so you understand how to write and implement the code for this logic. So insert method, we are implementing intervals, which is a 2D integer array is given to us. New interval is also given to us, right? And this one will return again an integer 2D array, which will be the array after the merging of the intervals is done, right? After you add the new intervals, right? So here we will create a priority queue, right? So priority queue is going to hold intervals basically. That's why it is an integer array, right? Why integer array? Because interval itself will contain two things, start time and end time. So it's an integer array. So we are telling priority queue how to sort the intervals. So we are sorting the intervals based on the starting time in ascending order, right? So this is what we are telling it using the lambda expression a0 minus b0. It means that starting time in ascending order basically. Okay. So after that we'll go through all the given intervals in this intervals array. We'll add all these intervals into the priority queue. Okay. And then we will also add the new interval here, right? We will also add the new interval into priority queue. Okay. And now these intervals are sorted, right? Because priority queue will always keep them sorted based on their start time. We'll create a list of integer array. We'll call it as a result, right? So that we can hold the result of the after the merging of the intervals is done into this list, right? So after that we'll poll the first interval, right? Poll means you will remove the first interval, right? So in this case you will get 1 comma 4 when you remove the interval, right? Okay, so you get that interval. We'll keep that interval, we'll call it as a previous, right? So previous, and it's an interval. While pq is not empty, we'll keep looping in this while loop and we'll keep processing the intervals. Whenever there is a need to merge, we will merge them basically, correct? So you remove the interval from the priority queue. We'll call it as a current interval. This is just to print the interval, right? Just to show you, we can remove this later. Now this is important. Here we are deciding whether we want to merge or not, right? So previous intervals end time, if it is greater than or equal to the current interval's starting time, right? It means that you have to merge them. Okay, so you are merging the interval. How you will merge it? Previous interval will become the starting point, will not change from previous interval. So previous 0 is still the starting point, and you will take the maximum between the previous ending time and current ending time, right? This is what exactly we have discussed to you. So you take maximum between 4 and 6, maximum between 3 and 4, right? This is what we have taken. So that's what we are doing here. Okay, we'll call it as a pre-interval. If so, this one is a merging process, right? That you are merging something. Now if there is no overlap, so there is no need to merge, then you will just have to add the previous interval into the result list, right? This result list that we created, we are going to add this previous interval into this result list, and next time the current will become previous, right? So previous is equal to current for the next iteration in this while loop, right? So this way you will keep looping in this while loop. You will keep processing the intervals. You will keep merging if it is required and overlapping, right? At the end, you have to for the last previous interval, you will, when the while loop breaks, you still have one previous interval which have not been captured, right? So you have to still add it into the result list, correct, for the last one. After that you have to just convert the now this method is expecting us to return integer 2D array, so we have to convert this result list into integer array. So that's what we are doing. Result.toArray method, you can use toArray method, and then you can convert the result intervals list into the array like this, right? Result.toArray new int array of result.size, right? So this is the way you can convert the list into integer array. Okay, so this is how you can solve this problem with the help of priority queue and this logic that we have discussed. So let's go ahead, execute this code, make sure it gives us correct answers. So for the first test case, we should be getting 1, 5 and 6, 9. So 1, 5 and 6, 9 is a correct answer. So this is how you will see the output. Since we added the system out, right, 2 to 5, so it's taking the 2 to 5 and then 6 to 9, right? So it's sorting it. So now for the second test case, you should get 1 to 2, 3 to 10 and 12 to 16. So 1 to 2, 3 to 10 and 12 to 16 is the correct answer. So we'll go ahead, remove the system out. It's not required, or we can just remove it, right? And then we'll just submit this code to the Leetcode, make sure it gets accepted. And as you can see, the code is successfully accepted by the Leetcode. It is these numbers are changing, so I'm not sure about it. This is the way you can solve this Microsoft important coding interview problem. It's on Leetcode 57 insert interval. So I hope you understood this logic, and you also understood how we have used the priority queue to solve this important insert interval question, right? So make sure you check out this documentation of priority queue. It's in java.util package, another important collections framework class in Java. So I'm going to add this Java code in my GitHub repository and give you the link of this Java code so you can check it out. There are lots of other important algorithms and Java solutions already implemented and available there for you. So don't forget to check them out. They are also very important ones from interview perspective. If you like the Java solutions in the GitHub repository, consider giving it a star on the GitHub repository. That would be great. If you are new to this channel, we have a very important playlist created for you. It is called as Leetcode and Leetcode Solutions. We have compiled more than 200 most frequently asked very important coding interview problems for you under one playlist. Those are the questions recently asked by Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Yahoo, and many other companies many times. Very important problems. Make sure you go through them, understand them well. If you go through those videos, you are going to learn a lot about data structures, algorithms, problem solving, logic building, Java programming and coding. It will also help you learn lots of new techniques, lots of new ways of different varieties of problem solving. So make sure you check out those solved coding problems. The name of the very important playlist here is Leetcode and Leetcode Solutions. Now, if you are a fresher, junior level developer and you want to practice more coding problems, to help your practicing purpose, we have created 3 other playlists here for you. The names of those playlists are Code Forces, CodeChef, AtCoder. Code Forces, CodeChef, AtCoder. All in all, more than 800 different varieties of problems are here to help your interview preparation and learning process. If you like this Java solution where we have used this priority queue and this logic to solve this important interview question insert interval, then please give it a thumbs up to the video, give it a like to the video, subscribe to this channel. Subscription is very important because that's how the videos can reach to other people, so others will also be able to watch and learn from these videos. On this channel we have created lots of helpful videos that you can use to learn more data structures, algorithms, and you can use them to prepare well for your coding interview rounds as well. Those solved problems includes graphs, matrices, binary search trees, breadth first search, depth first search, cadence algorithm, binary search algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm, Dijkstra algorithm, sliding window algorithm. There are also lots of important data structure coding questions available on this channel for you, including stacks, queues, priority queues, hash table, hash map, tree set, hash set, linked hash map, linked hash set, as well as lots of logical coding interview problems. So make sure you check out those videos. They will give you really good preparation for your interview rounds. Click on the bell notification icon button right away so you won't miss any important postings from this channel. We often create and post videos to help others in their interview preparation and learning different computer science concepts here. Apart from lots of solved coding problems, there are also other important interview related helpful videos we have created for freshers and junior level developers. For example, frequently asked Java telephonic interview questions and how to answer them, Java design patterns, Java architecture, SQL programming questions to the freshers, where they will give you database tables, they will ask you to write SQL queries, where you may have to use different database concepts like inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join, aggregate operations, group by, and having clauses different where clause conditions. Everything is discussed in details with examples in those videos. So you also will be able to write down those kind of SQL queries and solve those kind of SQL programming interview problems. So make sure you take a look at them. They are also very recently asked questions to the freshers, and they will definitely help you in your interview rounds. um, Keep learning, keep coding, keep solving more varieties of coding problems, and most importantly, keep your learning process going on continuously. And thanks for watching these videos.